The first episode of Series 5 probably presented the greatest challenge yet to the production of Peep Show. Through all 24 episodes prior to this, there has been one ever-present plot thread, that being Mark and Sophie's developing relationship. Almost every single character we meet and plot event that has happened up to this point is in some way related to this Mark and Sophie story, but now that that's pretty much over, considering the events of Wedding, at least in the way that we knew their relationship previously, the question posed is really, what do we do now? How do you start another series? And the answer given was Burgling, which I think is an okay episode. I say just okay because while I quite like this episode and definitely think it has some good moments, like the fan service with bringing back Paula and the clean shirt kid from Series 1, I feel an episode like this is out of place being the first episode after the wedding. It feels like the show kind of skips over the aftermath of all of the wedding business, and that's kind of a shame. Obviously we do get bits and pieces of Mark's feelings in this episode, and from other characters in later ones, but I would have liked this episode focused more on strictly Mark and Jeremy coming to terms with the failed wedding, rather than throwing us in straight away with new characters and ideas. There are certain episodes like the interview from Series 1 and the Man Show from Series 2 that stand out in my mind as being really dialogue heavy and great for character development, and that's what I think that this first episode should have been like. It kind of feels like it's rushing to set up new plot points rather than just letting our existing ones be fully finished beforehand. But that isn't to say that this episode is pointless or anything, because it isn't, and there is actually some pretty good character development here. Think back to Series 3's mugging, where Mark is mugged and is completely emasculated and humiliated by it, but now we're seeing Mark get burgled and he's completely asserting his dominance. He doesn't seem as frail and scared now, perhaps as a result of everything he went through surrounding the wedding. Is it a sign that Mark is really starting to change as a person? Who knows at this point, but it gets you thinking and wanting more, which is the entire point of the first episode of a series, to get you hooked. I feel like at its core this episode is pretty good, but structurally I think it comes at the wrong time. It would have been a better third episode maybe, as I think Mark and Jez deserve a different reintroduction than this. It definitely doesn't reach the heights of Series 4 thus far, but it's still a good attempt at a first episode.